Hello, my name is Juliana Silvestri, and this is my first ever video, and I'm just so excited for this channel. I really want to make this channel into something that I can give advice to those who need it, give advice to those younger than me, students who are going into high school, going wherever. I just want to give them advice because I want to tell you guys things I wish I knew, and also just to be like a cute little vlogger, so yeah. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about things I wish I knew going into the IB program. And to start off, one common misconception that people make about IB is that it's the same thing as AP. It is not the same thing as AP at all. AP, you take separate classes. You can get your AP diploma for completing a certain amount of classes, but for IB, there are more requirements than just classes. And you can choose between a diploma and a career program. I'm going to focus more on the diploma because that's what I'm doing. And in the diploma program, you start as your junior and you have 2 years of 6 courses. 3 courses are higher level. You take 1, it's going to be your language. 2, that's going to be a topic of your choice, and then the other one is a topic of your choice too. And for the other 3 classes, you have SLs, and that's going to be a language too, but that's going to be your second language, so it's going to be called language B. And then the second and third options are also optional. And so for each SL and HL, you have paper 1 and 2, which is kind of like an AP exam. You take a paper written exam. And for each of those 4 classes that are not your language, you will do an internal assessment during your class, which is basically exploration of a topic that's not in the curriculum, but it's in the scope of the class, and you write an essay about it, and you discuss with your teacher about your topic, and they're allowed to give 1 session of feedback, and you have to submit it for a partial part of your exam, your final grade for the class. The classes are graded from a scale of 1 to 7, and to graduate with your diploma, you have to get 24 points. And so passing is 4, and 5, that's like the difference between 2 credits. Most colleges will take a 4. A 5 is better. They'll give you more classes typically for it. And on top of all that, you have another class that's called Theory of Knowledge. In Theory of Knowledge, you will write an essay and you will do a commentary based off of 35 prompts. It's like an IA, and you have to I'm blanking, sorry. For the commentary, you have to connect 3 objects to that prompt and basically give logical reasoning for your usage of that object. And on top of all that, you have to do an extended essay, which is a subject of your choice. It's 5,000 words. 1,000 of those words is going to be a reflection, which is basically just saying, your strengths and weaknesses of this essay, like what you struggled with and how you overcame that. And then your actual essay is 4,000 words. And so, one more thing. you have CAS, which stands for Creativity, Activity, and Service. And you log like different activities that you do, extracurriculars, and you talk about how they relate to IB profiles, and like how you demonstrated, like how you learned from this experience or like project. And so it does sound like a lot, doesn't it? Because IB is a lot, and those are a lot of requirements. So we talked about what IB is. We're going to move on to the negatives of doing IB. In my experience, I've had to give up a lot of weekend studying, a lot of experiences that I could have had with my friends in order to do this program. And for example, these past few months, I've had to literally cut off all my friends just so I can study, which seems like a really big negative to some people, but it depends on what you prioritize. And so a lot of these things can cause stress, and stress will build up, but everyone's experience is different, and it really just depends on your stress level and your work ethic, because if you do not have a good work ethic, you're gonna fall. Like, you're not gonna do good in IB, even if you're really smart. Even if you're really, really, really smart, you're not gonna do an IB if you don't have a good work ethic, because it's a lot of work, a lot. And so in conclusion, your opinion in IB just depends on your school, teachers, your culture, your friends, your intelligence, your hard work ethic, whatever. What matters is that you find what's right for you. Again, I'm not saying IB's for everybody. I'm not saying AP's for everybody. I'm not saying dual enrollment's for everybody. It's not. Like, I rip on dual enrollment every day. All my friends know me for that. And it just depends on what your morals are, what you prioritize, what you think is important. And no program is right or wrong. It's different. That's why there's so many, because everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Everybody like has different goals. And so following that, stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to be talking about tips and tricks that help me succeed in my classes in IB. Have a great day.